I studied German for 4 years and got A's through all of it. I found myself thinking in German at times. I wish I could hyper-focus like that. Holy smokes.
Getting ready to cause some harm our way. I think I like.
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this a brand new day. Holy smokes, it's supposed to be a real scorcher today, up into the mid-90s, so yay. Which means, of course, it's going to be actually hotter than that. Life is life. And I don't know where my screwdriver is. So I need to blow the dust out of my computer soon, and I need to change out hard drives and stuff, but without my screwdrivers I can't, so that's fun. But it is gray with diffuse light outside. There is a cloud cover, which means it's going to be humid on top of being hot. So that's thrilling. I got to bed late last night, unfortunately, closer to 1 o'clock, but slept pretty much all the way through. Not bad at all. Definitely a thumbs up. Not bad either there when you stumble over your tongue. And hey, front loading of videos. If you could toss me a like if you like what you hear and see, that'd be cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, that too would be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus cool. And of course, I would like to thank every single one of my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and literally awesome people who are in fact literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without their help, I would not be able to keep myself and my pets alive. My pets cannot thank you, but I can thank you for them. They are very appreciative, as am I. If you would like to help me out, there is a link to the Patreon in the video description. There's a PayPal link if you'd like to help me out that way. And there's an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food on it. So, yay! Thumbs up for that. Front loading of videos over. Oof. Yeah, not a whole lot has happened yesterday. Not a whole lot has happened yesterday. Let's mix up the tenses there. Not a whole lot happened yesterday. There was some heat that knocked me out for a time, so there was a short period where I had sleeping issues, but it was moderately short. But past that, there wasn't a whole lot I could do. I tried to do what I could, and what I couldn't, I didn't. Life is life. But I did what creative stuff I could. I did as best I could to keep surviving, and that's good. Played some video games, did my walk up to Walmart, and that's a good thing. Oh, my back is hurting again, except in different spots now. But I've had chronic pain and waves of issues and problems with my back ever since I injured it in 2003. So I don't know if this is just another thing where my back is acting up or if it's connected to something else. Joy. Getting older is a joy. Getting older in the United States, where unless you have money, you have no health care, is even better. So joy on that. But still, I'm doing what I can to try and stay alive, and that's a good thing. I was just trying to think of what I was going to talk about because I had something in mind that I was going to talk about, and now it's gone. Except I'm going to talk about this instead. There is a cat expert that I watched today talking about the video game Stray. He actually played it for his channel, and he doesn't play video games. He wasn't playing it for the game. He didn't really care about that. He wanted to see how well they could do a cat in the game, because he had a friend who 10 years ago in software development said they have pretty much the tech to model anything so far. Dogs, birds, people is not an issue. The one thing they couldn't do was cats, because cats have so much going on all the time that you have to watch their ears, their eyes, their whiskers, their tail, other parts of their body language all the time. And when the cat expert was blown away by this, because everything was right. When the backpack goes on, the way the kitty cat is hunched down low, acting just like a cat. the constant moving of the ears to scope out, the way everything is moving. He was just said, if you want to have a video game that's about being a cat, this is being a cat. So that's pretty cool. I also have something in my eye right now. I've been having issues with that this morning. I don't even know if it's actually something, or if it's just my eye deciding that, hey, time to get all gummy and hurt. Thumbs up for that. So I've been surviving, doing what I can. I would have had therapy today, but for the next 3 weeks, they've all been canceled. So joy on that. Not my fault. My therapist has had some stuff going on, and I was warned about this, so life is life. But still, just trying to survive, trying to really ration my food because I have no money left at all to buy food. So it's whatever I have in my cupboards, which is a couple cans of fruit, some mashed potato mix, and then in my refrigerator I've got some cheese. So it's gonna be tight. I'm gonna be eating mashed potato cheese a lot. Oh well. Still, could be worse. I could be out on the street with nothing and no food. Let's hope that doesn't happen. So, on top of surviving, what I've been doing is just thinking of stuff. Last night was not a time I was able to concentrate on things, which, let me tell you, as a severe ADHD sufferer, one of the things that bugs me right now is I can't hyper-focus very well anymore. Oh my God. I wish I had understood what was happening and why when I was younger. When I was in high school, I did stage acting for 3 years. I would get my book, my script, and then I would just start right at the beginning, just say the first line, repeat it, get it memorized. When I could say that with no issues, go on and add the second line, then until I could say both of them. Just keep adding each one of my lines until in just a couple days I could just sit down and recite every single one of my lines in order. Oh my God, I could lose track of what I'm trying to remember while I'm trying to remember it anymore. And then, if I was interested, this should have been a red flag for everyone. If I was interested in a subject in high school, I got A's. If I wasn't interested, I got C's. I just was able to hyper-focus on those things. I studied German for 4 years and got A's through all of it. I found myself thinking in German at times. I wish I could hyper-focus like that. Hokey smokes, I find it difficult to even focus for a half hour. Oy vey. Still, nostalgia. And then, of course, there's all sorts of things happening in the United States that isn't helping with anyone who has depression, and it's just not good. I'd love to talk about current events that aren't horrific, but we don't have many of them. I'm going to touch lightly on just a few things, and then I'm going to drop that and talk about creative stuff. There is... Well, not is, but there was something attached to the budget saying that, the Republicans, and it's the GOP, the Republicans put through a thing where every single Republican signed on and said, you need to stop trying to get rid of extremists in the military. So why would one half of the government want extremists to get training and then come out of the military? They want that. If you try to stop it, well, that's why they went and pushed this through to say, stop trying to get rid of these extremists. Huh. That sounds good, doesn't it? And then, of course, there's all sorts of legislation going through to make things even worse if you happen to... They want to make it now so that even if you're pregnant, you can no longer get a divorce. Talk about the will of the people. And they've already been setting up roadblocks and asking people if they're pregnant when they cross state lines. Very soon, you're going to have your papers or submit to a pregnancy test if you want to cross state lines. And this is all in the name of freedom as they get their base riled up as we slide. We're not even sliding. They're not even bothering to pretend. And I wish this was just partisan stuff on me saying, oh, you're just a Democrat or a liberal, of course you're triggered by this. No, this is, take a look at it. That's outright frickin' fascism right in front of us. Authoritarianism, dictatorship, fascism happening right here in the U.S. In front of our eyes. They're not even bothering to hide it anymore. But life is life. That's it for current events. We're now going to talk about creative stuff. Because I do have some things that I want to talk about. There is some stuff that I have worked on behind the scenes for my inside-outside Razor's Edge setting that have just never been talked about because they'd be kind of really boring and they're not really exciting things that you would make a story about. But the way I have set up the King in Crimson and the Crimson Kingdom and his not him, they're non-human. Their decisions to make the city that they're developing the way it is, try and remember it exactly the way I was talking. Oh my God, it's torn out of my head. Remember when I was saying that I can lose track of what I'm saying while I'm saying it? I took my ADHD meds this morning and I could feel it being pulled out of my head right now. Even as I was trying to talk about it, it was just and it's gone. I know I was talking about that. There we go. King in Crimson. I do have it written down up here. Oh my God, I hate ADHD. Thank you so much if you've watched this far. I do appreciate it to no end. But one of the behind the scenes things is the King in Crimson has a whole bunch of stuff in their kingdom. The Crimson Kingdom, which has about 22 million people in it, split up into four boroughs and one district. There's the eastern, western, northern, and southern boroughs, and then there's the central district, where Red Palace is, where the King in Crimson has their seat of government. But they have a lot of industrial branches and commercial branches. They do a lot of things, the king and the kingdom. They are peer tech with us out here on the outside. Some things above and past us, some things below us. Biggest differences being they didn't have the evolutionary societal cultural pressures to make their civilization look like ours does. You would likely have no problems at all living in the Crimson Kingdom, but there are a lot of little things that you expect that aren't there. No societal pressures for it. They never had to develop any of that. You're going to just be stopped by tiny things, and then of course there are larger things. But with all that, there's like electronics industrial section, there's construction industrial section, and then of course I'm so sorry for saying of course. Then there are the other things that help pulls things together. They have the Ruby Financial Services that spreads out throughout the inside and throughout the Razor's Edge. They're trying their best to make themselves and everything they have available to whoever would like to use it. And so they are spreading themselves out and making their stuff available. For all the towns and cities that are close enough and large enough, they will have a branch of the Ruby Financial Services, a proud member of the financial services industrial sector of the Crimson Kingdom. They have a whole bunch of bean counters and people that are very enthusiastic about this, and they work constantly on things like conversion rates between I can't even remember what I gave the name of the money, but the money that is used in the Crimson Kingdom and conversion rates for like labor and not payment, just what it converts to in dollar amounts. And that changes on a daily basis. What it works for barter, how it works in favors, IOUs. It doesn't matter what your system of barter is. It doesn't matter how you deal with people. The Crimson Kingdom likely has a chart where they can figure out easily what the conversion between what you're doing and what that works out to in the Crimson Kingdom is, and everybody else. All the bean counters and scientists in the Crimson Kingdom are very enthusiastic about what they do. To the point, if you're a scientist, you will not gladly throw your life away, because as I had earlier talked about scientists who go into an area where they die, and they know they're going to die, but they go there because it's science and we're going to learn. And the viewpoint on that is they are not sacrificing their lives for science. No, they are performing science. And if that happens to take their life while they are performing science, that's one thing. They're not throwing their lives away for science. They are just performing science. So, there's that. They are nuts. They are enthusiastic. And those are the people that get hired by the King in Crimson. So thumbs up for that. I have been way just unfocused today. My sincere apologies. So I'm going to draw this one to a close by saying, hey, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count in American Sign Language, we have unbearable suffering. Thumbs up and thank you. JAYY. It's something to think about, definitely, and good to see you in the comments. The Horror Files. Thumbs up and thank you very much. Good to see you. We have Casey. Greatly appreciated. I'm glad you had a very good day, and I will check out that song and see what I can do. We have ARMGAO. Thumbs up and thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. There is Nando Rice Cheruti. Thank you very, very much. There is Jesse Koskinen. Always good to see you in the comments. And yes, you should definitely start playing Oblivion again. It is a good thing. Ben B. Yeah, white noise really does help with sleep, and fans produce white noise. So yeah, it is a good thing. They will help lull you to sleep. White noise is very good for trying to sleep. So good to see you in the comments as well. We have Kryptonite, who, while not leaving a comment for me, did leave a comment in the comments. So it's good to see you in the comments as well. And then we have Adrian, greatly appreciated. And then there is Tommy Copeland. And that is it. Greatly appreciated to each and every one of you to get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. And thumbs up for that. So I'm going to try and do the best that I can do. I need to contact the local hospital because they've been contacting me. So I got to call them at the very least and try to get things worked on for that. So that's a definite thumbs up. Past that, gonna do just what I can do to survive in the heat. I'm really whistling through my dentures today. My sincere apologies. I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully you can get done the stuff that you want to get done, and if you can't, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. It's not going to help. It's just going to make you feel bad. And of course, with the cafefe bug still going on and other diseases out there, just be smart for the situation. Take appropriate precautions for the situation. Don't end your life needlessly. Don't end other people's lives. I mean, hokey smokes. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.